troll hunter with large rocks and a throwing net. I doped my stream, can't have the easily editable later title being wrong. I should just do that next time. Anyway, so we have a dagger. Let's get rid of that. Why do we have a dagger? Drop. We have no skills with it. And she's like, here, have a dagger. And it's like, no, don't want it. Well, it's not a dagger. It's actually a short sword, but, you know, it wants us to have a backup weapon. But we don't want a backup weapon. We're going with a throwing... Now, I have 5 large rocks to start off with. I'm not going to throw those right away. Stealth actually is going to stay on. Spellcasting can go out the window, though. So we only have 4 skills to work on: throwing, dodging, fighting, and stealth. Which stealth is really unnecessary with, but, you know, might be helpful every once in a while. It is -5 aptitude. We are not particularly stealthy, naturally. So we'll just start off going in, claws a-blazing. We got some small stones over here, which we can use to great effect with our great strength. At least it seems like it, because I was using boomerangs. Quiver. Now, setting skill caps for our skills, which are not very aptitude, but our throwing aptitude is not terrible. Oh, we need to turn on unarmed combat. Whoops. So we do have 5 skills. Just as well. And dodging, not terrible when you compare it to our slings or our stealth or our spellcasting abilities, which are terrible. But even so, for siphoning in 10-20% of our experience points into stealth, it's really not going to kill our others very much. It's just going to go up very slowly. And every once in a while waking up 1 fewer creatures when entering a room, things along those lines. Will be helpful. But we're so much better at throwing, we don't want to even mess with the sling. And then to have to train myself to realize, hey, you've got something to throw. So I'm changing up my usual idea that you should go downstairs right away. Except for, I'm actually going to try a little bit because you can get away with it as a troll. They're very powerful starting off with the regeneration that they have. To be able to tower dive a little bit, and it's a practice I've been trying to avoid doing. Because usually it just ends up getting me killed early. But the point of the tower dive, of course, is a tower dive. Altar dive is to get to the ecumenical temple as quickly as possible, so that you can then get your piety up as quickly as possible. We're not going for that this time. Actually, I want to set up boomerangs. Darts, not so important, but we can pick them up anyway. Sling bullets, nets, whatever. Oh, the main reason, well, one of the reasons I also was not throwing the large rocks is they're really overkill early on. But also, if we threw all of our large rocks, we'd throw the nets, which might actually be really important later, you know, so I can forget about them entirely. Why is that paused? Why would that be paused? Okay. You tried to kill me, you son of a bitch. I have incredible regeneration, so we're just going to keep on rolling, where normally I would want to arrest at that point. Plus, we're also going with throwing, which means sometimes the enemies won't even get to me. No, it's still early on. Our skill needs to go up. We're going all in on strength here. And I was doing auto-explore to good effect, because there's a couple things that are really good about auto-explore. And sometimes they actually happen. Which is the thing that I don't want to forget to do, and that's eat. Not necessarily our rations, but we are quite carnivorous as a troll, and we can eat, well, not anything. There are poisonous creatures that are inedible. Which actually means the snake lair is kind of a bad place to go. I think because a lot of the poisonous creatures cannot be eaten. I'm not hyper-focusing on tower diving, or ultra diving. Why do I keep saying tower diving? What tower? This is the opposite of a tower, it's a dungeon. Well, he is not going to close in any closer, what with his polearm and all. So we are going to have to close in. And hopefully we can, yeah, get around his little wand. Backing off wouldn't have mattered much because he would have just summoned a goblin behind me anyway. Although then it would be 2v1 versus more v1. There's a mage already. And this is why tower diving is dangerous. Because even with our super regeneration, actually that hit there got us pretty good. We took quite a bit of damage during that fight. Well, the regeneration on this worm, also pretty good. Normally it would be pretty damaged to us by the time it got to us. With us throwing all these rocks at it. Oh, you know what? He didn't notice us. Which is why I am not anti-stealth right now. What is going on here? Is the stream frozen, or is it just me trying to watch it? No, it seems like everything's alright. Ugh. See, now this worm, in particular, we got some good hits on in him before he came in. Now, last time I did this, I went with Maclub, and it went pretty well. But I'm not sure if that is the best choice. Because, yeah, it means we're pretty solid on our health, because we'll regenerate it when we get kills, and we might not even need to close into melee range and take damage before we get a kill. But I don't really know what the best deity for a ranged attack focused non-stealth build is. Because stealth, oh yeah, you can get darkness. And I guess I could go with a shining one or something like that and make our enemies easier to hit. There's got to be a corpse or two around here. But, worm corpse, yeah. Alright, good. Really need to be more prevalent. No, not prevalent. Perseverant? I don't know. Need to eat more. Because that's what trolls do. Actually, a little bit surprised that I haven't found the staircase, or a staircase going down yet. There we go, that should get us into the full area. Alright, so we've got plenty of stones now, especially with the ability to recoup our quiver. Recoup our losses, at least. Plus throwing? Pretty fast. As far as attack speed is concerned. And claws, also pretty fast. So, actually, perhaps we would consider the drummer. Since we already have super regeneration, and getting a little bit of health back after a kill is far less important. Well, see, now I'm trying to preserve my stealth gain just a little bit. So anytime something is sleeping, I do want to approach it. Now it's not going up very fast. If I even hit, well, I think on the little practice game, I did get up to a significant amount. And why am I not aiming for a caster here? throwing is at level 5. Excellent. So on this run, my unarmed combat is trying to catch up to my throwing. First time I did it, I was focusing a lot more on the fighting, and then I was like, oh wait, you know, I should just be throwing stuff. Not just in emergencies, but just randomly. I found boomerangs, and that inspired me. Though throwing stones, quite effective as well. They just don't return to you automatically, but there's such a high quantity that you can gain, unless you're using Sand Blast, which actually consumes them every time. You're probably not going to run out of stones. And with our high strength, they actually do a significant amount of damage still. Even though we're not using a sling. Poison a little bit worrisome early on. But we've got this massive strength to carry us through. Okay, so this is dungeon level 4, so we do want to actually explore this. Perhaps we can find... Oh, well, here's the gift right before us. Oh, right. Increase our strength. Now, thinking about different deities... We only just found this. We are on level 4, so we could find the temple at any moment. Can I get descriptions for information? No. Control G? Yeah. Guess we could do this and then descriptions? Wait. How was that? Look up description. Well, I suppose I should note the god's name before I try and do that a lot. Which one are you? Okawaru. You are listed under... God. That's the thing. Alright, great, but no. That's not the one I want, but this does give me the pictures. I can tell from pictures. There we go. Uskaya, the Reveler. Can stomp with a beat, pass through lines of other dancers, which is an escape. You will of force to helplessly make them dance and share our pain, retrieve regeneration. So that actually seems pretty good. Merge with and destroy a victim. Now these require small amounts of hunger, piety, magic, which I should have enough. So I'm actually going to hold out for that because it seems like a really good idea. What with claws and stones throwing, at least becoming a very fast attack speed as time goes on. Even with the large rocks, minimum delay 0.07. Base is, pretty slow, but they get pretty fast. And if we keep throwing stones, our skill will get better and better. And look how focused we are. We're like 50-50 between throwing and unarmed combat. Unarmed combat is edging it out a little bit, though. But the more skill we gain in throwing, the more effective we'll be with it, and perhaps that will mean more kills before enemies even get close to us. Would go down, but we need to find the temple, and we need to eliminate all other things. And really, what I haven't been doing, and I've been saying it, is I should be doing auto movement, so that I can encounter enemies as soon as they appear. Plus, I think if I'm at all hungry, it will automatically consume monster corpses that happen to be around. Well, unfortunately, plate armor does no good. And auto-exploring is also really bad for your dietary concerns because, well, you do unnecessary movement. We are now starving. There we go. That can alleviate our... But this is only going to be a minor snack. So I'm so hungry. I forgot to throw my stones. Hitting so infrequently, it's amusing. There we are. So yeah, we barely got anything out of that. But again, just a roach. I mean, it's a giant cockroach. Okay, you are up in my face. There we are. Getting back out of the hunger hole. So yeah, I'm not going to auto-explore anymore because it really just tanked my hunger. Unfortunately, the scorpion cannot be eaten even if there was a corpse there. Now, we do have a lot of rations. So honestly, I should just eat a ration. But no, gotta conserve all my food forever. Come on, just die. It's gonna take me forever to pick up all my stones. I'll starve to death doing that alone. Haha. Actually, I am starving now. So, once you blink away, we're gonna eat. Because I'm not gonna be stupid about it. Forever. Just occasionally. He is dead. Now, tower diving, now that I think about it, is not actually necessary with the deity we're going to be going with. Tower diving. I did it again. I don't know, maybe we'll just call it tower diving from now on, because that's stupid. But so is my brain sometimes. If only there were a way to set it where it triggers where I'm trying to eat everything I kill. Now, if you actually pay attention to eating with a troll, you'll be, engorged a lot of the time. Now, see, that was an opportunity I could have used to increase my sneak, but 3%, I mean, we're almost got it up to 1, and we're starting to get enemies that give more and more experience per kill anyway. So, you know, that priest is still asleep, and that's due to our extreme sneakiness. Okay, our sneakiness that's above 0. Sneak attacks with range don't really do a whole lot. One, he has found me, but the other one was unaware. Even though his friends probably told him, hey, there's somebody over there, but he just didn't believe them. I don't like this situation. I need to claw through this worm to get to this orc, but we did it. Hooray, hooray. Any more corpses here? Good. Back up to full for the second time. Which we should have been well beyond that many times over. Because backtracking is actually one of the scariest things to do with a corpse due to our great hunger. And there's a lot of backtracking done to explore every little tiny location with auto explore, and yeah, I want to try to use it more, but now I'm talking bad about it, but it's still really good and helpful. So, I've got plenty of scrolls and potions. Let's just go ahead and put these rings on. Curse teleportation and protection from cold, so one of these is good. Identify. Probably a healing potion, or curing, along the same lines at least. Scroll of noise. Teleportation, so the noise will stay here and we will teleport away. Amnesia, doesn't matter. How can you forget that which you have never known? So, we did not get a scroll remove curse yet. This might be it. Hey, there we go. Honestly, that might not even be the worst ring, but there are circumstances in which case it will be really bad. So, I don't want it all the time. And why would it be good to have a cursed ring of teleportation? Well, it would put me near enemies, which I could then eat, like these. Oh, I can't eat ants, that's right. There we are. Okay, teleportation, that could be a save at some point. I'm sure soon enough we'll become a... Oh no, we're actually at even on the focus. Just kind of letting it go where it wants to. I could set a cap on stealth. In fact, I will at 5 points. Which is a lot. I might not even make it there. But between everything else... I wish there was one more degree of focus on things where you could, you know, kind of work at it, but not focus, like just kind of go at like half the normal rate. Kind of, oh. Amulet of the Gourmand is literally nothing for us. We already have that feature as a racial. But there are some amulets that are very detrimental to equip blindly, as removing them is a greater penalty than even any curse that they might have. Here's Okawaru. Too bad we looked up the wrong god first, because then it gave it to us. And like, oh, you want that guy? And like, no, sorry, we were wrong. Oh, you know what? The temple's over here. I used the scroll of magic mapping, and I just completely forgot to take advantage of the fact that we had mapped out the floor. But it was more coincidence than intent that I used it. Nope, not this way. Maybe down here. This seemed to be in the right... Random. They're all random. Why am I... Yeah, here we are. See? Yeah, I knew where I was going. Alright, so, yeah, let's do this. Enter, join, yes. So I was saying that this is not a particularly... Oh, I hit caps lock. Now, does he even care if we leave him? Like, it seems like one of the ones that might be like, eh, whatever. Or at least a short give a damn about it. Does not appreciate abandonment and will call down fearful punishments. Turns powers against relatively short duration though. But we're gonna stick with it, at least for now. Don't really like changing because, well, usually you don't survive. But more importantly, it does take a long time to be able to take advantage of the new powers as well. So we do have a few powers, and we're decent at invocations, which we'll leave turned on if we ever use them. But we have to gain favor in order to use them as well, which is literally so fast to gain and lose favor with this god. Like, he doesn't care if you're not doing anything, but as soon as you start fighting, he'll pay attention to you. Don't worry. I do need to go back up to the first few floors, though, which we're going to get pretty hungry going there. Oh, I'm already here. Thought maybe it would have stopped me earlier, being hungry and all, and plus the monster we found coming up the stairs. Although I don't think that it will have you go up stairs that are not yet explored. The other day I was complaining that I went through a teleporter. Oh, so we have stealth on, but I don't know how much stealth is going to be effective. Probably about as much as it would have been anyway. Alright, here we are. Eat. Yes, 2 bits of flesh. Another downstairs. So get back on the throwing wagon. I don't mind losing any stones. We've got so many. Been trying to throw them away. They just keep coming back. And we can't use a whole ton of equipment as a troll because of our large size. Which maybe I'll remember that water won't really slow us down very much. Oh, good. Good God. Terrible. So the hilarious thing about Cursed Ring of Intelligence is that, okay, no remove curse, is that potentially we can really do bad things. Like if our intelligence gets too low, which I've had it on a berserker worshipping Trog as a start. If you don't start with that, your intelligence is alright. But if I had a worse curse, because that was only a couple points, you wouldn't even be able to read scrolls anymore, I believe. You'd be too stupid. You'd have to find a way to increase your intelligence so that you could read the scroll remove curse. Which means putting on rings blindly could be very bad as a troll. Or a different, very low intelligence character. Which I think you don't get much lower than the troll. And over here. And we're starving. Which is why I didn't really want to backtrack too much. And unfortunately that corpse that we see right there is probably not even a corpse anymore. It's probably long rotted. So let's move along. And hope that there's still something left alive on this floor. Now we do of course have many options as far as our own bags. Eating what's already in there. Really does make you appreciate how large a lot of these enemies are for how many chunks of flesh, how many complete meals you can get out of them. Alright, let's back off just a little bit for caution. Now we do have our deity who lets us get all happy with a beat. He's got a buckler, which I'm not very interested in. Mostly it's all these delicious fleshy corpses. Oh yes, yum, 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 yum. Let's get all the way up to engorged, hopefully. There we are. Now the sad and unfortunate thing about all these corpses is that they do rot away very quickly. control. Buckler, which I can't even use it. Wow. I thought I would be able to use it, but it's too small apparently. And nothing else of value. A couple of downstairs. We've got a little bit more to check out. We're very full, so it's not completely hazardous to finish off the floor. And hey, we're still officially a chucker, so that's nice. Now I do want to kind of try the same thing as an ogre, but I might go with the other deity then, because we'll be using a weapon with Maclib. That feels like it would be it'd be about the same sort of thing, but like I said, I'm looking for something kind of right now to succeed and win a run with. This could be it, but you know, lots of possibilities. I don't think there's anything that is inherently bad unless you're really just trying to do terrible things. Like, I think there's a combination to make at least anyone decent. Yeah, unless you're doing some weird, like, I'm going to turn off all my skills and never level anything up. Of course you're going to do badly then. Because you're just handicapping yourself. For no logical oh, no, we need to eat. We got to remember our hunger. We also need to remember to throw a few things. Like our tantrums. At ourselves for not throwing a few things. Let's back up over here. This is about going to do it. I'll just shore up that bit. Check out our skills randomly. No spells. Okay, that's fine. Hey, stealth! Coming up there. It's actually pretty well focused there at 10%. It's higher than I expected, and we've been not throwing very much. Now, just due to the aptitude, unarmed is going to overtake throwing, but we're still focusing on throwing as much as we can. So we just need to get down as fast as we can. Even at full status, for our hunger level, I do feel motivated to find something else to eat. And so we got a tiny hall there, so I really want to get over there. And that's about all we need to really explore anyway. With all the staircases being over here, pretty much. Could have easily approached from either direction. So, did mention it briefly earlier, I'm trying to do a little bit less of the jump down the stairs too early, so that I don't get stuck feeling like I need to go get the shrine, or the sand area, or the ossuary, when I'm not quite ready to be on that floor and explore and do all of the things. Because while blindly going down a staircase to retreat from a battle is quite dangerous, though sometimes necessary. So we have poison darts, which we apparently picked up a couple sets of them. But I'm not really very interested in using them because I don't feel like they are as benefited by strength as stones would be. I could be wrong about that. Let me know if I am. Man, we just murdered that frog. And left no corpse. Ah. I would really like to have corpses to eat. Especially now we're in that gray area of are we hungry? Are we full? Oh, no hound either. One little bit of food, better than nothing. And we cannot just eat bones. In fact, I think they never leave skeletons. Well, I guess they might leave a skeleton, but definitely not a corpse. There we are. Oh, only one. Yeah. It's not like there's a skill in corpse or butchering. I wouldn't want it necessarily, but it would be kind of interesting if there was a cooking mechanic, so that when you do butcher corpses, not cannibalism. It'd probably ruin the balance, even though it's pretty rare that I'm running into massive hunger issues. Unless I'm worshipping a deity that is directly related to hunger. Maybe we should get some corpses here. Get all eaten up. Let's back up. Throw the stones, like we should be doing, like a good chucker would. Ah, finally, we're so full. There's a stone, cursed dagger. Yeah. So I think we're good to go against against Hydra with the claws. Yep, put him to sleep. Which is another potential assassin build. But that would be the melee assassin, and actually engaging a melee, hoping to put them to sleep during longer fights. More of a coincidental benefit. So not as much of an assassin build as a I have a dagger anyway, why not? Oop. Short sword of draining. I'm looking at weapons, but only out of curiosity. I don't really intend to use them. I must have had remaining chunks of flesh from other things. Oh, you know what? I was thinking you would butcher corpses with cannibalism as a feature trait. Ah, we got more large rocks. That's great. One day we'll remember that we have them and need to use them. Although we really haven't faced anything too dangerous. Even that undead right there, since we were so close to him, was just kill him. The old kill him tactic. It looks like we're not going to get much out of here. We'll just peek around this corner and then go down. Come on over. Where you at? There you are. Oh, we should easily peek out of it. Be able to get out of that net with our superior strength. Let's go ahead and do that. Well, he noticed something's up. More poisoned. Getting pretty poisoned. Alright, so he's dead. Go in, kill you off. You're blocking everything. Now you, however, on the other hand, we're actually going to rest up here. Oh, good, we ate the chunk. See, that's the thing. If you have chunks of flesh, you will eat them. And actually, I think if you auto-explore, it might eat rations too, which would be kind of bad. Now, you have a reach weapon, so you will not close in, so I might as well go in myself. Yeah, everybody's sleeping. I mean, dancing. Wow, we died. That was unexpected. Got hit hard, and then he just hit us at the right time. Ouch. I'm gonna do that again, honestly. I don't feel like I really got the proper experience out of it. Now, I think we're equally adept with all weapons. No, we're actually terrible with everything except for unarmed combat. Well, terrible. It's penalties. Let's turn off spellcasting and armor. And we're just going to use our large rocks right away. Even though we'll probably miss a lot. And lose a few in the process. I want to keep that throwing momentum. But yeah, that was just one of those sudden deaths, basically. And we didn't really have a lot of... I mean, we're not going to get a lot of gear as a troll anyway. But also, I am going to try the other deity. The Usciaro, or whatever it was just kind of an experiment to see how that one would go. Apparently not as well as going with Macleb, the old classic standby. And we double down on our healing. Get kills from range. I'll be good. Come on, bat. If I hit you, I'd be dead. I only have only one rock left. I don't really want to throw it and start throwing nets, which could be invaluable later. Since I'll actually have some skill in which to land them. And it doesn't take a lot of piety to get Macleb happy with you. So I'm not going to rush this time. Even though it went just fine last time. The only thing that went bad about it was going back up and backtracking. Didn't run into any food issues directly due to that, because we hadn't cleared out entire floors or anything that we were going through again. But it did not motivate me to backtrack through again. And I mean, that's what I get for spitting in the god's face, where, hey, here's the shrine, go ahead and go in. No, I'm gonna find this other guy. Oh, I thought I was so sneaky. We are not so sneaky. So yeah, if I were playing a centaur, I would definitely want to sneak around a little bit more. We're just going to go ahead and go down. Or sneak around. Wow, my brain. Use auto-explore, because we move very quickly. Or if we're playing a Spriggan, definitely. Move very quickly, don't need to eat a lot anyway. Corpse? Nope. Can't eat kobolds for whatever reason. I guess they're all scale and bones. Oh. There we are. Big ol' worm. Oh, well, okay. Tiny, tiny worm, apparently. We could throw rocks in melee range as well, but it's just asking to lose them. Oh, up, up, up. Oh, how I forget myself. There we are, 3. Big ol' worm. I know I saw you. There's also a minor risk about throwing rocks around deep water. You might lose them forever. Just throwing it into the water. There should be a little bit of a feast here after this fight. Oh, only 3. Wow. That's not a lot we got out of there. Oh, hello, friend. And there go the nets. I guess we might as well take slight advantage of the fact that we cast one. I was gonna say, Terrence, don't kill me. My death is not in the script today. I am still just shocked about how quickly I died in the last one. As a troll, getting burst down is, I guess it's a possibility, without the armor and all. But with nothing in adjacency, I thought I could get out of there. Oh well. Alright, so, want to play that game? Fine. We'll waste all of our life hacking at these plants, which I'm sure the giant cockroach is helping us out with that, for nothing. A lot of those areas where you have to attack their plants, not worth it unless you can see the reward right there in front of you. Hey, some rations. Not very many though. And even at being full, I feel like I'm hungry already. Can't eat kobolds. Really the silliest thing. I guess they're naturally toxic. I don't think it'll give me a detailed description of the kobold corpse. Yeah, it even says that I could butcher it to produce tanks of meat, but this meat is toxic, which it can be done with a ghoul, and perhaps maybe anyone else, I don't know. So we don't want to go with you, because you do terrible things. I love to get me some potions of mutation. And Money, gold. No, absolutely not. That is the worst deity to worship as a troll because then you can't butcher your corpses. It's just gold. Eat gold? Good luck with that. I guess maybe you'll find a shop with food in it, but why? Why would you want to spend your money on food? Alright, more inedible. No corpse anyway. Am I. Oh, I haven't set to pick up because that was last run. And I definitely want to use stones instead of giant rocks, which I'm surprised I haven't lost any yet. That's actually kind of shocking. So we only have one stone, but it will set it as a priority. So I will use it before I use my large rocks. Which, hey, that can be enough. Arbalist, good ranged weapon. Especially finding it this early on. There's a good chance I would have had scrolls as well. Alright, you're not the right deity, and there probably won't be anything else in here. Anyway. Alright, fair game. Throw it. Can't forget to eat, though. Well, I guess we go down here. I can smell the flesh of our foes. One thing that would be kind of nice to have as a troll as a mutation or as a special property of equipment, which I don't even know if that is possible, would be the antenna trait. So I can sense nearby enemies. That way if I get hungry I know at least which way to go for a possibility of a meal. And it's probably an unexplained short sword. Yeah, just glowing. See, those big old rocks, so much better than the small ones. But there's never enough. I'm honestly surprised that the large stones are as durable as they are. It would be really funny, and I don't think it would break the game at all, as if you threw, because there's only 2 races that can do it anyway, threw one of the huge boulders and turned it into smaller rocks. By accident, you know, you lose the large rock, and then you gain like 20 stones, which wouldn't even matter, it'd be so trivial anyway. Oh, you know, we lost our stone, and one of our large rocks. You can always do a control find. So we haven't missed out any large rocks at least. Small stones, yeah. But I'm not backtracking for them, that's for sure. We'll find plenty coming up. Okay, here's a grinder. Hopefully we can kill him. There we go. Now we're a whole lot more focused in, but our unarmed combat's still coming up nicely. Dodge is actually doing decent. And there's our last large rock. Don't want to waste my last throwing net. We didn't really start with a high quantity, and you never really come up into a high quantity of those either. Yeah, sleepy little orc. Well, this is an interesting bit of landscape down here. Not sure if I've seen anything like it before. At this point, Auto Explorer would probably be the way to go because I do have a random chunk of flesh. And that way I will eat it as soon as I am at all hungry. So you guys aren't that smart. This should be a safe spot as any to remain for the moment. Well, it's still better than being completely out in the open. Nice. I'm just going to hit Auto Explore. Should pick my rocks back up. Maintain my hunger just in case it drops down. At that exact moment I will eat. Better than letting the flesh rot away. Dagger, short bow would be nice if we were using throwing instead. Torn book. Well, it's too expensive for us. So it looks like nothing, since we're going so unnatural. Another terrible, well, at least for this build. Deity would be the Ashanzari. Because we're not equipping a lot of stuff, so we would not be very bound by curses. Alright, 2 full. And they're 2 dead. Okay, so I have darts. Which I wasn't going to try and focus them, but my nets are all gone now, so. No, there's more nets. At least one. Gonna go ahead and quiver the poison darts. Even though I'd rather just have normal stones, but the poison ain't bad. And with 5.7 skill, we're fairly accurate, and definitely in the range where we're going to be throwing them so fast. Because I think they only require 6 skill to max out the attack speed with them. But regardless of whether I'm wrong or not, I don't feel like you should gain your full strength bonus to throwing a poison dart. And there's the temple, so we do have to go down to go up to get from down. Book of Callings, which is, I believe, summons. Well, there's no point in using the dart against an enemy that can't be poisoned. Oh, hi. Yeah, we don't want to face all 4 of those at once. That would be pretty bad. And how are you not dead yet, Snake? So this is our only other way down, so we do want to rest up before we go down. A little bit more than that, actually. And they're not even that far apart from one another, which is very unfortunate. Okay. Well, he hasn't seen us yet, actually. The ogre, that is. Try and get some kills in here and there before we face him. Alright, looking good so far. Keep an eye out for him, but we'll keep picking our poison darts back up. There he is. Got him. Wish there were a better way. Okay, that was a miss anyway. So yeah, just a bunch of summons. which I really am not very interested. I'm just curious to see how bad it would be. Yeah, 43% chance to succeed in guessing the most basic summon. Which, of course, we have no skill and very little mana with which to do it. Now, if I was going to use magic, that would be a decent category, because even I could do all the miscasts when it's safe. There's a whole lot of loot on this floor, so let's pick it all up. And let's go get that ogre corpse. Should be a corpse there. There should be certain enemies that always leave a corpse. Or should do some sort of, well, there's a potential chance to get 8 corpse chunks of flesh from this ogre, so you're going to have a 10% chance on each one. Because if I remember correctly, it becomes very difficult to actually get corpses in later levels, even though you're fighting bigger and more beastly things. Seems very odd that that would be the case. Alright, so big guy deserves big rocks. He did blink. Yeah, he's still alive. Now he's not. Too full to eat. Too bad. Wait a minute. Wire? Okay, that's what I want to use. Apparently, when we threw away our last one, it deselected those as being something I want to pick up. So we might have missed out on any, or some other small stones without thinking about it too much. We need to find the temple, or at least the staircase leading to the temple, fairly quickly. 'Cause I long for my god daddy. Oh, hey. Boomerangs. Actually quite good for us. Because we got our stones, which do base damage of 2. And require 8 skill to be 0.7 delay, whereas boomerangs can become as fast and have a much better base damage. Plus they return. Now, more would be better, but I like what we have. I mean, the increased base damage doesn't really do a lot, but the whole returning thing, pretty good. And now that we've started finally finding them, the supply should be not too bad. Should find them every once in a while. We do need to remember when we encounter more dangerous things, we need to use the large stones, which is pretty much going to be anything that's named, or just freaks me out like Hydra. I would love to crush a Hydra with a thrown boulder. I love it. We find some stones finally, and then boomerangs. Got plenty of stones now, but boomerangs. Come on. I don't really care if the boomerangs run out. It's just higher base damage. And really, it's not the base damage that we need. It's the strength-based damage that we do just fine with. He's not here. And we haven't seen it so far. That is bad. So, is it likely that he's on any other floor? Not likely. Although, was that up there? Oh, teleport trap. Doesn't seem like, unless there's that one tile that we did not check out. Same thing on that floor. There's a little bit of an area over there, which we skipped past because we saw where the temple was, and we're like, yeah, that's the way we need to go. Unfortunately, the game was like, nah. Your deity is not here. You shunned him last time. You spurned him. So why would he want you as a devotee now? I'm a different troll. Yeah, sure you are. We know better, buddy. Oh, a little late for you, sir. Suppose I should target the fellow. Alright, let's get a little bit out of hand. Let's go ahead and drop down here then. I mean, it shouldn't be anything we can't handle. Nothing to butcher there, but we did get one here. Which means I am quite comfortable taking a short rest here. Popping up here. Probably be able to kill them all. Ooh, there is a centaur up there though. So we'll drop back down again. This time I'm not going to rest. We're just going to go right after him. Or, what we could do is get our large rocks out and two-shot him. One shot would have been nice, but two is completely respectable. Now, where did our friend go, though? There he is. Had me so worried. +3 club. Too bad. Too bad I don't want it. It's also kind of late for a +3 club to actually be that good of a weapon. Unless it were branded. With a good old pain brand. Nah, I don't want that. Don't know what I would particularly want on a club. Although flaming club would be hilarious. Alright, so we've got some ways to go before we find our correct deity. Which is slightly disappointing. There's a very small ecumenical temple. Yeah, I think the boomerang will be sufficient to deal with him. Now the ice beast? Yeah. He is dangerous, but the priest, a little bit more so. Do we have regenerations, which could carry us through? But I really would like my deity soon, and we are going to have to gain an amount of piety before we even get the regeneration from kills ability going. Which I'm not particularly concerned, but I also wasn't particularly concerned on the last run, in which I did die. But I think we're more or less back up to where we left off our life. We did lose a boomerang at some point, but that's not a major loss. Altar of Zum. Oh, I might be able to sneak up on him. We won't be sneaking up on anything for a while. With a croaking frog alerting others that there's something nearby. So, I haven't read anything, like, basically. So there's no temple on this floor, so I might as well just go to the next one. We should find it fairly soon. There's remove curse. identify. Another amulet of the gourmand. Thanks. Well, the ring of positive energy will actually be pretty decent. Mutation? I was hoping. It's always nice to get a few different potions of mutation. So resist corrosion, largely useless for us, unfortunately. Boomerangs will do the job. Until we see you. Well, we should be okay. They're not particularly tough unless you are particularly weak. We're not weak, we're strong. I was honestly slightly more worried about the ogre. And that's as long as you know the order to kill them in as well. So really I just want to go down, now that I remember. Because we got plenty of room to explore on this floor still anyway. Generally it's a terrible idea to jump blindly downstairs. Hey, a food shop. Not that I really want to ever have to buy food. Looks like this is the black market floor. Scrolls of Identify. Which I mean, I'm going to mark all those. That's about it. Wouldn't want to pay for any of the others. Oh yeah, eating you. That's what I wanted to do. Alright, back on that. Glowing hunting sling. We're not slinging. I think our skills in those is... Oh yeah. Throwing anything, or ranged anything other than throwing is pretty bad for us. You know, I think we're going with the large rocks here. You know what we're actually going to do is go down to the next floor. Especially now that we're at half health. It's a bit risky. Oh, none of them even followed. But I do want to go back up, because we're on dungeon floor 8. I think that it's within the first 7 levels that all of the temples have to reveal themselves. I could be wrong about that. It might include 8. Let's see. I don't know what that note for D4 is. Oh, that's a shop. Oh, excuse me. That's very bad. A layer is between 8 and 10. I know where the temple is, so that's fine. Or 8 and 11. Why did I say 10? Clearly an 11. We've explored 8 out of 15 dungeon floors. But really what we need right now is the temple for my club. Who's mad at me? Fine, fine. We'll boomerang ya. I like this angle of approach a bit more. Plus, we got pretty hurt early. Ah, he's got a big old axe. That would explain it. Oh, that went very smoothly compared to the last encounter with those fools. Yes, all of them. Too full to eat. That's fine. It's too bad corpses rot away so quickly. but makes sense from a game mechanic point of view. Come on over. Pretty sure you are alive, yes. Alright, level 9. Orc corpse, eat up. No reason eating anything else or butchering anything else. We've got 16 chunks of flesh on us. And they do have their own individual timers for rotting. It's not like picking up another one refreshes the entire stack, like some cheating games do. Oh, I'll play your game. Yeah, I was about to hit auto explore. It's like, no, 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 let's get out of that habit. For now, anyway. Not too worried about that stone down there. We got plenty anyway. Right, maybe we can make a little quiet retreat here. Not attract all of them. Well, the frog's gonna do the job for us. Maybe we should target him. Oh, we had run out of our boomerangs. So we threw a big old stone at him and probably lost it, yeah. But that also means we're out of boomerangs rather quickly. I should have thrown a rock at him, but that's fine. But the unfortunate thing is that means we're also down to only 3 large stones. Which they're far from common. But I want to have them. Oh, you know what we do have, though? Smaller stones. Which do plenty of damage against little stubby orcs and such things. I feel like that's creating a lot of extra noise. So let's move it back around front. It wasn't actually bothering me. Yeah. Okay, you're still asleep. Maybe we can keep it that way for at least a moment longer. Do I have a scroll of remove curse right now? I do. Ring of corrosion, not too important. Ring of magical power, less important. An embroidered cloak, a dented malachite amulet. So they are unidentified, so the price is not too bad. Can't afford both of them though. Not yet, anyway. So we go with the cloak, I would say. And we'll come back for the amulet shortly. Alright, +1 cloak. Can't be mad. I'll throw rocks at him. Seems like the boomerang does a lot more damage. Seems like. Could be wrong. Is that enough gold? Seems like it. Yep. No, we're good. Give me that. Couldn't possibly be cursed, could it? Well, it's not cursed, but it's not something I necessarily want. Because we don't have an incredible amount of defense anyway. So taking extra damage isn't really something I want to encourage. Even if we got amazing with throwing stones. It would still have a significant negative effect at times. But it's also not something that is critical that I remove immediately. Right, so did I explore the previous floor entirely? No, because I was looking for the deity, which could be one floor down. I think it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Man, I don't know why I haven't found the shrine, honestly. Feels like I should have found it by now. Hey, we actually snuck up on something. We're almost at 2 stealth. How many pips do we actually have with no equipment? It should be at 2. I think that's base for pretty much anyone. Ring of resist fire, resist corrosion, so unnecessary to have 2 of those. You either resist corrosion or you do not. Now the main thing to keep in mind about that room is all I would get out of it is some experience, which would be nice, but a bow. And this guy's got mega armor. A demon spawn gladiator. And, well, if he kills me, he'll regain your health. And he hits hard, too. Which means he could kill me in 4 hits. I cannot say the same, although I do attack a lot faster. The other problem is I don't have apportation. I think that's actually the name of the spell, which allows you to manipulate objects at a range. So I'd have to be all up on him just to open the door. And he would most certainly be able to just run me down if I tried to run, unless I had some sort of potion of haste or something along those lines, but I'll just not fight him because it's just not worth it. There's the wall. Hey, I smell food. Thank you. Oh, wait, he is food. Where is this temple? Oh, let's be sneaky. Hey, we're up to a thrower from a chucker. Alright, here we are. There we go. This is where they were all hiding. I think that literally completes the list. Nothing to open. Yep, it does. That's where, like, 5 of them, like, maybe these are all unique to this location. Yep, that's what we're going with. So, especially at this point, we've got her throwing up to 8.2. Invocation's really not something that I'm going to invest in heavily, which is kind of why I was thinking about doing this as an ogre who has, let's see, what is invocation skill with an ogre? It might not actually be even good. Oh yeah, they're at +1 for invocation. See, demon spawn are good at it, and I know, oh, deep dwarfs are good. Okay. Pharmacids are not bad at it either. Hill orcs are good. So ogre, I would probably go with it. Just someone with a +1, which is most races. Of course, the worst is the demigod. So now we have another source of health generation, plus we get to do other fun stuff like cast bolts of death, which only cost us hit points. So they could be pretty worth doing. But for now, we'll do what we're doing already. I just want that extra added level of regeneration for redundancy's sake. If we get a lot of large stones, like 10 or more, start throwing them at everything. But I don't think that they often appear, well, at all, ever. I don't think there's any point where they suddenly start becoming so commonplace that you will never run out. So we've got a couple of spots that we can still go yet. One is over here. The other one very far the opposite direction, but we're full. So it shouldn't be too tragic if we don't find much over. Well, we tried to be sneaky. Which we really didn't need to. But it's a good practice. Come on over. I don't think you... Oh, there we are. Noticed us now if you didn't before. I could go after the captain. I think that's... What is it? Sergeant. But, I guess we have to. Not like that, though. I mean, throwing is still our primary skill, but we're getting pretty good at claws as well. .7, so we're maxed out on attack speed with stones, and at .8, we're doing pretty decent on our attack speed with claws as well. Oh, well, he was asleep. That's okay. Come at me. They're trying. I'll give them that much credit, at least. No, I think that was him missing me, not a reflected bullet. But perhaps we'll find out if there was any amulets here. No, he just threw one at me and missed. Which either they were hitting with every other shot, or not throwing, or they had a different angle, so it was just hitting the wall. No, we'll play your game. Don't even mind. Well, it's not actually going very well. Still much better at melee attacks than throwing. Staff of I don't care. Oh, excuse me. Trying to stave off the tiredness. I'm gonna actually use fast travel here. And we're no longer full. So hopefully we get a body from this body. Thank you. Yeah, we're pretty well away from hunger then. We didn't even get any fullness out of that. Here we are. These boys should provide us. Yeah, why don't you step near me? Ah. Nothing to butcher there. How dare you? Is that the altar or the orc lair? No, just a statue. But it might still be through one of these other doors. Yeah, orc mines, orcish mines. Entrance. Big surprise. We are very full, but we're not completely full. Yeah, we are. So, do I check this out? Because this is really nice. Well, actually, no, it tells us what floor it is on, not the floor range. So it's a little bit early for the orc lair. And I bet we don't have any magic resistance yet. None at all, in fact. But we can poke around in here. Usually there are some shops early on. If we can find one of those, we might be able to see something great. No, no, don't. Just... Thank you. Wow, we did not hit him very much at range. And he didn't even leave us a body. How indecent of him. Really a very empty orc lair start. Or orcish mines. Water in the mines. Interesting. So I don't really mind throwing away these stones. It's like free experience at throwing stones. And then we'll do identification on some of our potions. Maybe we'll have a potion of flight, which we would need 2. And there's probably a way around, honestly, as well. So this is going to be great if we kill them all from this side. Unfortunately, we have no way of preserving their meat. Well, if they have been barking, I've been noticing it on the noise meter. And nothing has noticed their barking if there has been. I'm through most of my stones. Eventually they'll die. We'll be at like 75% throwing for our learning skill. Oh, I'm glad I'm not actually fighting them in well, in melee I would do so much more damage and wreck them so much more quickly. But man, this is taking a while. 62% focus on throwing. Our dodging is actually coming along pretty nicely as well. So let's see if there is a alternate way around to get there. Because there is a door on the other side. Now it could be that I'd have to go down, up, and around to get there. Oh, hello, troll. Okay, troll's dead. Get the priest dead too, that'd be great. So there were enemies over here, they just didn't see anything. Or maybe the door was magical and they couldn't hear through it. Figuratively speaking, anyway. guess there's one stone here. Oh, 9 maybe. One object with 9 stones? Eh. Oh, fell through. Wave of Frost. Oh! Oh, that's the Elven layer. Don't know how much I am going to be ambitious towards finding this. Is this negative, not cold? But it does mean that there is a special floor located within this one. But if we end up finding a lot of magic users, priests, and the like, we are just going to want to get out of here rather than powering forward. Very distant melting archway. Wasn't even intending to go down, which is really the unfortunate consequence of falling through that shaft. Really shouldn't even target the armored one. Not too late to change that now. Yeah, that ends. So it's just this little bit of a walkway here. Yeah, there's a magic user. So we do have 2 stairs up already discovered, which means there's one more. Which we might even... Oh, hey. Did not notice that this was here. Glad I found it. Glad it changed the priorities, because we can wear that. Oh, so nice. Now we've got big time regeneration. Yeah, 1 point per turn. We do know the other stair as well. Oh good, it's the nearer one. Which means we have a chance to die. No. Oh, this is not good at all. You know, I thought it might go badly, but this is the worst possible scenario. I think we're pretty much dead right here. Even with our massive regeneration, we need to get out right now. The only good thing to be said is this is an intermediate floor, rather than the floor with the exit. But yeah, that just plunged us right into the middle of everything. Wait, no. This is all bad right now. So I am most worried about this magic user down there. Anything else doesn't really matter. And we're dead. That was fucking ridiculous, though. I don't feel bad about that one. So we're going to go with a hill orc. So I've been wanting to do this hill orc fighter one. And get the same deity here. We're going to go with the longsword, even though we do have a better advantage. With the war axe, it'll actually be easy to train that back up. Orc warrior of Maclub. Which we have to find him. That shouldn't be that hard. So for now, I want to go with armor, yes. Dodging will train, but we'll have it cap out at 5. Not unarmed, not throwing. No spellcasting, and we're just forgoing stealth as well, as we will be wearing armor. Okay. So I need to find Macleb, which has been I've been trying to do this build for a little while, and I keep not finding the god or find it way too late. And it's been frustrating, but on those ones I also started with the axe instead of with the sword. So starting with the sword, we'll get the counterattacks early on. And also we will be able to train quickly at axe when we do find it, or find one that we want to use. And really, axe is good for killing many things quickly, but it does leave you vulnerable, as you have to expose yourself to multiple melee angles at once. And once you actually do back down to a corner, it becomes a much less effective weapon. But we can auto-explore it safely again, without worrying about going through our food supply super fast. Going short sword, well, I mean, there's nothing saying we shouldn't use short swords. Except for, oops, how I did it! Turned off everything. So throwing can stay off. I don't want to focus dodging, but we'll let it keep going up. Alright. So let's check off the checkboxes for maximum skills on things. Let's see if it's any good. Vampiric short sword. So we did bypass the need to be hungry to equip it. And really what I was trying to check is how good we are. Well, we're not bad with short blades. It's a +0 though, but the vampiric is nice. But really long term, once we decide we want to switch away from it, we don't ever want to use it again because we'll have to get full, invest food in it and all that. But since we equipped it blindly, it bypassed that. It's funny how a couple of things in here, if you have knowledge of them, really just make it worse. I'll take the halberd. Like if you know what you're buying for a ring, it's like, oh, well, you know what that is? Oh, well, now it's more expensive. I didn't know what it was. But for you, screw off. Oops. I made an update. We gotta go back to that. Oh man, I only put the word orc, not the word hill orc. I hope nobody gets confused. But for ranged, I want to use evocation. Invocation? Yeah, invocation, the god powers. Even though it does do a whole point of damage, I think we can handle that. And the big problem, and why I was having trouble getting this all to go together, is I was in such a hurry to find the deity that I was altar rushing the altar, and just doing stupid things. And there's nothing that particularly incentivizes a hill orc any more than a human to do that. We don't have anything that makes us, you know, nigh invulnerable on the early levels. Dagger of Speed. No particular reason for it. And again, don't want to unequip our current weapon. At least until we find something that we would not to want to ever equip it again. And a dagger speed, really good, but not particularly to our liking. Where is everyone at? I miss you guys. Hey, there you are. How you been? Oh, you've been less stabbed in the past. Oh, well, sorry. Can't change the past, but I can stab you. Alright, level 4. Feeling pretty good about a few things here and there. Maybe we'll try and go a little bit faster down to level 4. Just so we can backtrack and get easy piety. Piety? I'm not even consistent about how I choose to say that word, unfortunately. Yes, I'm sure I am hungry. At least we don't have to worry about our voracious appetite and eating every corpse we come across. Okay. Almost went down there without grabbing this shield. Which is a +2 shield. Hey, can't be mad about that. So we can drop this. And same level of expertise needed for that. Cursed dagger? No thanks. Sorry you had to have it. But I don't want it. That'll be terrible. Trying to go this way. There we are. A little bit better of a spot to be. Actually, a lot better. Because now I also have a retreat if needed. Alright, got him. Well, nothing in this pile of corpses, except for corpses. Now, I don't know if the short sword of hunger makes me go a little bit more quickly through food. Or short sword of hunger. Short sword of vampirism. Get out of here with your... son of a birch. Well, I feel like it's still a little early to be going down. And I'm going to regret it. Hate it every moment of it. Now let's start looking to see if we have a scroll of portation. Move curse. We've got plenty of those, which is great. Enchant weapon. Well, might as well, since we're using it anyway. But really I'm looking for magic mapping. Oh, good. R and O finally. Scroll of amnesia, that's fine. Put on our amulet of reflection. Not the best, but still pretty good. Especially in conjunction with the shield. Oh, I guess we get teleported. Not too far away. Alright, let's go wander over to the shop. See what is in there. Just food. Well, it's an early shop, so don't have a lot of money yet anyway. But how much? Yeah, 94 gold. Can't imagine too many amazing things to buy with that. Should probably at least scout the upstairs. So that I at least know if it's a safe escape or not. Well, you know, at least I was right about one thing with that last run. I should not have gone into the Orc Lair. It was way too early. Just had a couple of really terrible events, like going down one set of stairs and being surrounded by 7 enemies immediately. And going down another stair and dying. No, falling down the hole, which was really the problem in the beginning. I would have left before the hole for sure. Dagger of Venom? Or at least a weapon of venom. I think it was only a dagger that was, oop. Okay, could you die? I know I got defense and all that, but, oh, electrocuted, dead. Done. Great. Alright, well with that, I'm going to take a break and try that over again. That was an unexpected death. So I'll be back. Just 1 second. I mean, literally like less than 2 minutes for sure. Alright, I am back, of course. Now, let's try that one more time. I always have such rough starts with the Hill Orcs, and I don't understand it, honestly. And again, you know, that's what I get for trying to go down too early. Maybe I'll just absolutely, positively will not drop down. I will finish these first 3 floors, then if I happen to find my deity of choice, so be it. But I want to do some invocations for once. Hit up the Auto Explorer for a bit. Things done a bit quicker. Or a lot quicker, in reality. Alright, done with that first floor. Very quickly, of course, we're basically rushing through the entire thing. What was that down there? Was it a trap? Yeah, okay. That was very poorly decided. Oh, the bat didn't follow. Good. So we are injured, so let's go to another stair rather than just standing here waiting. Alright, Snake, come on. Can you die? Oh. There's more information. Well, here we're going to have to rest up a bit, though. But again, we're focusing strength. Our strength is actually pretty good, considering... Well, we did start as a fighter as well. Bye, Snake. I'm not a troll. I don't regenerate. Hit that button. There you go. Rest up. Not a real rush. I mean, Auto Explorer does just fine. But I'm not in a rush otherwise. It's always what happens bad to me playing games like this. I start to rush, and then everything goes to crap. I'm not paying attention to what I'm doing, not making smart decisions. And that's probably basically why I've never won this game. Like, what kind of armor do I have on? I don't know. Probably scale? Not this armor. It is good armor anyway. Yeah, it is scale. But chain is better. Drops a B. Now, I said I wasn't going to drop down too quickly, but if I start to find some good equipment, which Vampiric Sword was decent but not good. And they're really tempting me with the throwing. And that's everything. And we're hungry, no big deal. Just eat up. Okay, couple of wrong deities. Really want my club. And this isn't quite the right one, right enemy. Actually, I don't even know how the spinning pinning attack works for Wujin. And this freaking snake will not die. Why have you not died yet? Are you kidding me? Why in the name of anything is it still alive? Good God. Like, how long was I fighting it for? Well, I also did drink a potion of degeneration. That doesn't help much, but geez, that was a long fight. That fight was basically between 1/3 and a quarter of the entire time in messages, at least, for this entire game so far. Oh my goodness. Which means I have no skill? No, I have skill. Oh, there's a lot of darts coming up. Really? How bad would throwing be? -1 instead of +1 or +3 for invocations? Really just want an invocation god. That's it. I just want my first invocation run. Maybe we can get it. Maybe not. Don't know. Alright, pit. Plenty of... okay. Back. Yeah, we got surrounded there a bit. I think the thing that I need to remember is that simple, which is the first category, does not necessarily mean that the particular race is an easy win or a powerful race. Alright, so we're getting our armor going here. Okay, just looking. Just taking a little peek to the ogre infested level. And an infestation consists of at least one ogre, because that is too many. We need someone else to exterminate it for us, because we are weak and feeble. So I've been playing Bloodstained on last couple days, and I'm just talking, rambling here. Just do it for the fun of it. But I've been playing that, and it is fun and enjoyable, but nobody's watching it because there's so much competition. I really am trying to decide if I want to play it on stream, at least anymore. The game is fun enough, well and good. It's not bad, not great. I've got my gripes about it, but it is an enjoyable experience. But it's not exactly the category. I'm not going to play it forever. It's not like I need to struggle to make that the game that people watch. So I'm not intending, I'm probably leaning towards not streaming it anymore. But I'll see about that at some point. And there's the ogre, which I don't want to deal with. I don't know if it's the same ogre, but it's definitely an ogre. Well, the potion of degeneration has almost run its course. Okay, so there's definitely more than one ogre around. And I'm rightfully afraid of them as well. That's about all there is for this floor. Maybe we can check a few stray areas here and there on our way over this direction that we might have missed. Hey, a tiny golden amulet. Well, let's go to the next floor. Which staircase, though? Maybe this one? Nope, not that one. Must need to go to this one. Although I think all three of them have been exposed at least a little bit. Right, close that door. And start reading scrolls. Hey, there's magic mapping. Temple is on this floor. Excellent. Alright, so let's just go there now. That's pretty much what we're kind of going for. Now hopefully our friend is on this particular map. Which it seems like he is, and he is. Oh. Okay, yes. Join away. So the one unfortunate thing that we are facing here is that we need to get out of here. Is that I think we've fully explored the first 3 floors, like a good boy. Yeah, or at least as fully as can be expected. Which means we don't have any easy experience. So I don't want to go down that stair for at least a long time. And there's a couple of ogres around, which is the unfortunate thing about that floor that is number 4. I really just kind of want to not be there for a little while. Centaur not that great either, though. If we're being honest about it. So this is a terrible time to do this, but let's just put it on. Ah, Amulet of Faith. Great. Now I do know that I don't want... you're still there? Oh, he's going to be there for a while. Because of the plants and all that. So we're basically going to have to run away from him. And allow him to deal with them as he will. Otherwise we're going to have a pretty bad time. Oh, there's a ogre anyway. Yeah, and we're going to pick it up and we are going to wield it as well. And the unfortunate thing is we've got ogres on this floor and the next floor. Which means probably the best way is to go down here and bait some enemies. Unless this was not the dangerous one? Okay, this is not the dangerous one. The ogre is around. As is the centaur still. Shortbow of Freezing, Rapier of Venom. That's 2 hand axe of Electrocution, which is actually potentially really good. Is a hand axe that is a faster weapon. Occasionally will discharge electrical energy, cause terrible harm. Can I afford it? I can. Nope. Not described. Buy it. Yep, that's fine. Because if I am informed correctly about axes and electric, which does not care how hard you hit in the first place, you sons of bitches. Ugh. I'm very much dead. Unless this is the most amazing potion ever. Great, now they're both free. Jay? Basically, I need a teleport out of here. Great. That'll help, actually. I still need the teleport though, but that prevents them from targeting me until it triggers. So that was awful. And so will this be if I let him get to me. I'm not gonna like this fight. I'm really not. Well, I guess we'll have to let it happen though. Oh, but the electrocution. So we finally get our friend, and we don't even have one pip of devotion to him yet. Alright, Hound. Can let that happen. Got a staircase, so we're not completely screwed, but we are delving in deeper and faster than we really want to be. But we do have a weapon with good potential, and we will gain skill in it very quickly, as we have a natural aptitude for axes as an orc. Come on over, priest. Who may not even be aware of me yet. Well, now he is. And there's two of them, but that lightning doing some good work. Which is not cursed, which is great. Well, great that it's not cursed, great that as in great armor, not necessarily. So with this hand axe, I think I might be able to face the ogres. So I'm going to look towards maybe going back up a little bit sooner or later. We've got good attack speed. Well, good as in it is good for compared to other axes at my current skill level. The attack speed is actually kind of slow for now. But it can get up to... Oops, I was just trying to read it as well as adjust it. Can get down to 0.6, which is pretty good. So it should start to accelerate in my attack speed very quickly. I'll pick that up just in case. Another downstairs. Here's the up. Well, I guess we'll find out if we're good against ogres now. Seems to be going well so far. Good. So I'm not nearly as afraid of ogres as I was previously. A lot of expensive stuff. Well, as in, I don't have a lot of money. Not that it is actually expensive, but it's all evocation things that I'll probably never use because we're going invocation. Not that that really precludes one from the other. Polearm skill went up as a synergy 2 axes. Let's go ahead and rest that off. Oh, that's a fun friend. Who didn't know I was even there. Alright, please die. Thank you. Just an ordinary +2 battle axe. We need the electric. So, presumably those are the two centaurs I was fighting earlier. Well, now time to face a very dangerous, nasty club here. Okay. We done? We good? Alright. So we did get a little bit of favor with our deity of choice. So we do gain hit points after getting kills now. He's got a Wand of Corrosion. Great, which did a ton of damage to me as well. There shouldn't be a lot of enemies around here. Mostly it was the ogre and the two centaurs that were making me wary earlier. And then this guy shows up. If the halberd wasn't cursed, I might look into using it. Which I think I have a ton of remove curses. No. No, that was the other one. That's what happens when you, unfortunately, have a lot of runs in a row that don't really go that farthest. Oh, I do have 2 scrolls of remove curse, which ain't bad. Yeah, sorry, you really gotta cancel it. Oh, scroll of noise. Well, at least we don't have the scroll of noise anymore. Got our ogres. Well, actually, no, there were 2 ogres on this floor at least. But I didn't actually confirm that. Now I have. Yeah, but electricity has proven itself to me a couple of times recently that it does not give a damn about your armor. It will just hurt you badly. Oh, good, we're down here now. Lovely. Flail of Crushing, which means it's a really good flail. Oops. Extra damage from it. What do we already have? Spear of Freezing, though. This is really good because, well, it won't sever heads. It won't cause them to reappear on hydras. And it will also have the ice effect slowing down because they're reptilian. It's not as good as an Axe of Flaming, or any other slashing weapon of flaming, but still pretty good. Hit the button. Get that auto-explore in. What? Oh, something's hitting me. There you are. Hold still. Oh, it's not a sort of thing that would hold still. Must be a sky beast. Oh, this is a freaking unseen horror. Which would be a horror. Okay, that was weird. Whatever it was. It's gone now. And it was also kicking my butt. That's because I'm unskilled with axes. Actually, it's coming up really fast. That's also a synergy level, though. Which I wasn't... Wait, why are they all... They're all green. None of it is actually raw. It all has synergy bonus going. But yeah, our aptitude really just makes it fly up, I guess. Plus, you know, it's hyper-focused. Armor's the only other thing that's going up very quickly. And probably the only thing that's saving my butt right now. Alright, step away. Mr. DNA's ghost. You seem familiar. Troll, Necromancer, maybe it's just someone who plays the game a lot. Of being slow. Pain and vampiric draining as a troll? Ew. I mean, they're bad with magic, but... Troll that can regain health like that does not seem like my friend. Alright, get rid of these dogs. Get out here. Maybe... What was it on the floor below me? It should not be an unseen horror this early. But we're at, well, near full health. We'll probably be about full health if this phantom ever dies. Instead of teleporting everywhere. There we are. So we do have a potion of blink, so we can sneak away from the fight on the next floor if it does reappear. Or if it ever appears in the first place. Since it is invisible. Alright, so we go up. Then realize we're on the wrong corridor. Hunger, take care of yourself. White, that's fine, we're not drained. Should die quickly. More quickly than I expected even. Curse +4 dagger, another bad plus weapon. Cloak and ringmail. Alright. Did not have a cloak. Where is a cloak? Ah, of course. Get it, wear it. Good. Oop. Alright, are you a good shop? You are a scroll shop. Enchant armor. Don't really have any armor I need enchanted. And no enchant weapon. But I would like to know enchant armor. Oh wait, no, I do have a shield? Oh, we're going to enchant something no matter what, I guess, anyway. Actually, let's find out what that is. Amnesia? Okay. No, we do not have the good shield. Just a bunch of ordinary stuff. No boots, though, which I would enchant first. I guess we'll go with the gloves. I feel like gloves are slightly behind helmets on enchantedness. Oh, here you are. Our invisible friend. Wow. I don't know if he's hitting us that hard. Really. We blinked, he got to us in 2 moves. Okay, what killed me? Unseen horror. On the 5th floor of the dungeon. Are you kidding me? I blinked away, he caught up to me that quickly. That is insane. Which irritates me greatly, because I don't feel like that's my fault. Like, what am I gonna do? I mean, I guess I could have skipped the floor, but I really didn't have anything great going on yet. Finally got the deity I wanted. And even if I wanted to use the invocation, I couldn't because you can't target something you can't see. Well, enough whining. Time to find a new opportunity. And let's put our stealth and spellcasting into check. So that our throwing and cap out dodging. At 5. Not that we got anywhere near it. But I was really looking forward to using that hand axe of electrocution to great effect. And yeah, that Unseen Horror was also just hitting me like a truck, even though I had a shield and decent armor. Well, I mean, shield doesn't make you get hit for any less damage, but it does make you get hit less often. I'll just poke down. I'll take you up with me. That's getting to be a pretty dangerous stairway. I'm sure by the time I wander in the area next time it will be a little bit safer due to my level in skill. We didn't even encounter our deity that late. Just did not have safe floors to explore to get our devotion up. Oops. Alright, let's fight all the redskins. Red-skinned goblins and orcs. Usually green-skinned, but I guess they're red in this one. So be it. Then again, kobolds are also toxic. This isn't Dungeons & Dragons, this is Dungeon Crawl. Stone Soup. I'd be really disappointed if I just have to play a Minotaur Berserker to succeed. Because I don't feel like the Hill Orc can't succeed. I know that it just says that they're a simple character. Not necessarily an advanced one. It means they're simple, not complicated. Doesn't imply whether they're good or bad. Might honestly just have to go with a vampire again. And it'd be an enchanting one at that. So we checked everything out. Ah yes, this floor. Well, there's only 2 of you now, and you're both dead. Again, we are more experienced as well. Alright, so we've got some armor here, which might be cursed. Might not be. Same grade. It's cursed. And we've got 3 scrolls of identify. Great, and we don't have anything to even identify. Not even a potion. Now I could change our plan here, but with the troll it seemed like an option. Going with claws, fast weapons, but we're not really looking to do that. Axe is really good for us with this particular character. Even in conjunction with a shield, being able to block a lot of hits while being able to dish out those sweeping axe swings. Pretty good. Another deity. Feralus. Alright, come on guys. Get out of here. Hey, we have something we can identify now. Hooray. Ah! A big old door with big old horrible surprises behind it. Nope. Well, yes, the snake. Okay, it wasn't as invincible as the one we fought previously, which just would never die. It made me sad. Oh, I'm just hungry. Quite hungry indeed. Alright, drop down here, find nothing near. Get out. Gotta explore first. And I really wish... well, this is a difficult game, I understand that. It's difficult to tell if it's just me, bad, that make it tough, or if I just don't know the strategy, or if it's luck. Or maybe I should just try the same thing over and over again until I find out all the subtle attributes of how exactly to manipulate the numbers. But, even though I've never obtained the orb, sad face, I've still enjoyed the game immensely. Even though it does frustrate me at times, still, quality fun. And a lot of it comes from... Wait, did I see an enemy there? Well, I'm not sure. Anyway, a lot of the fun times I've had come from not planning something out and just kind of like, hey, I'm going to pick this race, pick this class, and just roll with it. That was the dancing weapons. And like this, when I'm focusing, it's like, yeah, I need this character, this class, this race. Need to get all this stuff together. Everything is terrible. Why? Oh my goodness. So many bad things. Where's my good stuff? Hey, a buckler. When I already have a better shield. Oh, speaking of which. Get those maximums going. So we don't overuse our abilities. Really should have let that poison wear away a little bit sooner. But there are a lot of things that make me feel like my strategies are flawed. Like, there, I was injured badly. It's like, I won't rest. Whereas what I should be doing is resting, and if I have a little bit of health to go, then I can choose, well, I'll just walk around for a little bit. And I ended my stream early on Monday. Really kind of feeling like caffeine's the only thing that's got me going right now. I've been staying up a little bit later than I should be, considering I've been streaming. Streamed late on Tuesday and Wednesday. So I've got more hours in, but it doesn't matter how many hours you put in. When you're just getting started, it just matters about consistency. Which means I shouldn't quit early. Or if I do, it shouldn't be that early. I don't know. Don't want to take my risk on a dagger this early on. I think I've used all my scrolls of identify anyway. Press Y on the ability menu to convert. Oh, I thought it would give me the menu and not instantly convert. But we can smite our foes for magic and piety. We can gain orcish followers. We can recall our orcish followers. We can walk on water. Give items to your followers and revive fallen orcs. So you're still fighting me, aren't you? Sure are. And we're trapped anyway, so we're dead here. So once you realize you're dead, then try and get out of it. And perhaps even before that as well. If we get past this giant cockroach, there's a downstair. See? Don't die, then desperately flail about. Realize that things have gone terribly wrong, then desperately flail about. Like, I should have rested before this fight, and now I'm dead as a result. Okay, we're not doing the hill orc again. It's just not working out anytime I try it for some reason. Alright, halfling wanderer. Random skills as a halfling? I don't think so. Binestalker Chaos Knight? No. Demon Stalker Transmuter? They're actually decent for that, I believe. I think. Well, I guess we're going to find out. I meant to just check their information, but alas, it decided that you just want to be that. But I'm pretty sure they are pretty good for it. Though, with the random mutations, which is really fun, and a lot of people do play the demon for that. Alright, so we're no better or worse at transmutation than anyone else. We are good at invocations, though, so we still could go with an invocation thing. Not particularly good at throwing or any kind of weapon, including unarmed combat. In fact, we're not really good at anything except for invocation and just being generally random. So we miscast. Good start. Come on, bat. Get over here. Stop running away. Let us be beastly. Okay. I think there's an ant crawling on my foot. Ah! Bastard. Maybe he's dead now. Got horns this time. So we'd want to keep... Thank you. Ugh, if I died there, I'd be like, why did I die there? Well, this plate is probably going to be a little bit too heavy for us anytime soon. So I really do want to review. Okay, we've got stealth going. Stealth isn't bad. Transmutation, spell casting, dodging, armor, throwing. Just, I don't know. We're a little bit low on aptitude for everything, kind of like the troll is very bad at aptitude for everything. So kind of really got to roll with our mutations to see what makes things tick here. Don't want to go down too early. I have no idea what deity I'm going to go with at this point. mean, maybe first altar, if I find an unmarked altar, we'll just run with that. Alright, so we gain armor, slimy green scales growing all over our body. Which should continue to work while I'm transmuted. Maybe? Don't know if it does. Well, I guess we'll find out when we memorize. Well, not sticks to snakes. Yes, 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 yes. We do want to memorize that because we need our escape skill. Wait, no, I actually do want do want that on A. So at least I've had a transmuter run recently that I've done well on. With a... I forgot what race it was. But it went pretty well. Oh, you know what? That's what I need to do. It's an octopede transmuter. Because if you actually get to the point where you have more than 2 rings, your rings will all have an effect still. Ah, okay. But octopede is so difficult to actually get anywhere with. I mean, it's not like it's impressive how bad they are, but it's not easy. Alright, let's go with this. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Let's change the skill cap though. So ideally I would not equip gloves. Or excuse me, helmet, because I think that, well no, I think there's 3 levels of claws, talons, and horns. But it'd be nice if demon spawn changes kind of tailored themselves to you a little bit. Yeah. Oh, what was it, 2 points? No, 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 no. Yeah, 2 armor class. Which I really do want a transformation to see if it melds in, or if it does help you become a scaly spider, scaly ice beast, or not. Alright, sticks to snakes, which is why we need arrows. Oop. Let's go over here. That's about it. It's looking like for this floor. Well, there's the second ring. If we were an octopede, we'd have 2 of them. Which is about how many rings you usually ever get. Or if you do find them, they're all cursed. And it's terrible. Control of Identify. Definitely want to use it on the amulet. Good. Regeneration. That's excellent. Protect from cold. And Ring of Ice. Which means we're very resistant to cold, but vulnerable to fire, which is not good. So we will take off the Ring of Ice. Which might be good when we do go into ice form. Let's go with strength, since we're doing primarily a melee kind of build with magical support. I do need to remember to continue casting Beastly Appendage. And we are level 3, so let's go ahead and memorize up Spider Form. Which isn't the most necessary right now, because we do have a Venom weapon. But the evasion levels on being a spider are pretty good. What are our spellcasting abilities? Pretty bad. Oop. Plus 5 ring of evasion right here. If I can manage to pick it up. Right, so for science, we want to become a spider. Let's remap that real quick to Z. Oh, that didn't work well. I missed cast again. And we're out of magic. Great. So we didn't get no mutation for level 3, which is fine. Alright, Shining One or Corpsey? Oh, right, Shadows. Opposite. Not really sure if I want to go with either of those. Because sneaking not really a thing when you transform, and well, Shining One, while really good, just doesn't seem like we really want to focus on him. But again, you know, we'll wait till we get more options. Resistant to cold. So we really don't need this Ring of Cold. Unless it does help beast or ice beast form. Which, hey, who knows? Alright. Almost done with the exploration. And a spear. That's fine. Physical potion, though. Can't go wrong with that. Physical potions are the best clear potions. Alright, that's the floor. Sewer's on level 2 already, huh? So, I should get my poison magic up by focusing it and setting a cap at 3. We're actually decent with poison magic. Could have gone 5 then. Oh, a spellbook already. With poison stuff on it. Alright. Now, we don't have a lot of slots open. But I could definitely get into some poison magic for range and such things. And especially since we already have something that has a poison element to it. And we're about equal with all things. So conjuration and poison wouldn't be the worst thing to add. Yep. Let's get Sting in there. That gives us a ranged option that is not a weapon. we can always do an appendage and then start casting. Oop. We have to remap it first, I guess. We can mail in a whip. Oh, here's the place? Maybe? Let's get out of here, though. Yep. Okay. We are in deep water. Although, if it's the sewer, it's actually deep, shit. Okay, can I at least cast Beastly Appendage, please? Thank you. So this could be the end. Especially if we don't turn into a spider. There we are. And there's two of you. Very well. Transform back. Let's back off. Here. I would try and transform again, but I don't feel like it would work. Especially when we can't even cast Beastly Appendage. Come on, poison. Kill him. Okay, good. Not saying we're in the clear yet, but I feel a lot better about things right now. Well, we could leave now. But that would probably not be in my best interest. Alright, we'll keep going with this run for a little while. Starting to get worn down. Which means I'm definitely not streaming late tonight. We can back off. Come at me. Yeah, so our evasion is 25, so that ring of evasion is still going, because I happen to remember that evasion is pretty good on the spider at 20 already. That stacks nicely. Surprise! Giant spider at your door. Oh, we are focusing, so we probably did get some... Oh yeah, we're almost at 2. And our chance to succeed, still not very good. In fact, it's 45, but that's casting spider form while in spider form. Should have waited to open that door. So what are we at now? Oh, 24 ain't bad. But if you imagine all the kinds of rings, like strength, dexterity, armor, amulet of reflection on a spider, and some evasion rings, it could be ridiculous. Okay. Nothing special. So with that Ring of Regeneration, we can get some hyper defensive form. Could actually really be a threat. Alright, so this is floor 3, which we fell through, I think, to get here. But we fully explored level 2 and 1 as well, so we're on this floor anyway, regardless of how we got here. How about now? 24. Did we not hit 2.0? I guess not. Not yet. Gotta remember that I'm doing all these things. So I don't even think I really want to have beastly appendage on A anymore. I think I'm going to move a sting over to A. Not really worry too much about beastly appendage. We can put that onto... we can leave it on S, I guess. And if I turn into a spider, that'd be hilarious if we could spit venom with a synergy with sting. But let's see, 32% failure is kind of bad, but what we need to do is get into our abilities. Hit up Conjuration for a focus as well. But Conjuration we're going to max out at 3. Increase our strength. I think there are other forms later on that depend more on strength than dexterity. I don't even know how good the dexterity is anyway. So right now our strategy is hit them with poison, transform into a spider. If they get too close, which plate mail is not going to help us do. Whereas here, we'll just turn into a spider straight away. Poison doesn't help, the evasion sure will. How come you're allowed to be on the statues or fountains? I think I might be able to as well. Yeah. You. Oops. All the fountains are filled with blood now. Ugh, quit floating around. Well, I feel like now is a great time to take a break, unfortunately. I'm just losing my mind. A little bit tired. Just running purely on caffeine right now. Thank you for joining those who did today. And I will be back on Friday night with probably one game of Dungeon Bowl. Blood Bowl, and some more Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. For no readily apparent reason. Don't know what I'm doing on Fridays yet. Maybe I'll actually do a Blood Stained. Have no idea. Goodbye.